Hey everyone. Hey Josh, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
That's good. I'm pretty good. I went for a bike ride today, which was nice.
Nice.
I hit Fireline for the first time this season. That's a trail that's close to the top.
I thought that was some sort of like speed record.
Oh, yeah, I wish.
Yeah, I hit Fireline.
Not on the first ride of the season. It's never a speed record. So, but I was very excited because they've done a whole bunch of new development up there since I was up last year. So there's all sorts of new shit for
nice.
me to
They put a big ramp right in the middle of the fastest part. You're like, this is good.
You know how this stuff works. So, and since, every time Josh is here.
The show today is no exception to some of the great work that I've done in the past.
It's always very good. Good.
Brilliant.
So,
oh my God.
Good to see everyone, and happy Juneteenth.
Indeed.
And happy Hebrew Reading Day.
HRD, as the cool kids say.
That's what they say. Stardust Lilith is here, and so is Pragmatic Crystal, Jackie. And, oh, look, it's Captain Dadpool. Come to hang out and read some Hebrew with us. Look at that. He can't believe he actually made it for one of these. I can't believe that you actually tried, which is kind of amazing. So, yeah, awesome. Brente is here as well. So nice. Good to see everyone. I think there's a good chance we might actually finish.
Oh yeah.
Someone for today. We've only got like, well, how many do I guess it's actually maybe it's a bunch. It's like 12 verses, but they're short. These ones are always short. So, and I'm not reading with Joel, who won't shut the fuck up. So it's
he meant that in a kind and uplifting way, Joel, just so you're aware. Kind and uplifting.
So we yes. Joel and I have an understanding. So yeah. Yeah, I need to update my thumbnail game to I just need to stop being lazy on my thumbnails generally. So and that is a good point, Maya. I think it's worth checking into. Is it even a real beard anymore?
This one?
Yeah.
Or yours?
I don't think it's mine.
Yeah.
So
I hope it's real. I'm getting it sculpted back a little bit tomorrow. So.
Are you getting it professionally sculpted?
I am, yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to a barber.
That's really bougie of you, dude. So
yeah.
So yes, she's that's not, I wouldn't call what this is a beard.
That's rough. That's rough.
It's just this thing on the end of my chin. So that's so anyways, we're reading Psalm 104. Put that up on the screen, and we're starting in verse 22. We left off with verse 21 last week, and you guys know how this works. We're gonna sit around for an hour. Josh and I are gonna take turns reading a verse from the Hebrew text. and providing a translation. We will parse all the verbs and maybe comment on some interesting features. It's nice because in this section there's a few things that we will encounter that was actually part of my Hebrew lesson this week for my
Nice.
intrepid students. So that's nice when that happens. So we'll keep our eyes open for that. If anybody has comments or questions, make sure to post those in the chat, and we will. I'll try to keep an eye open for those as well. Of course, you could always super chat for priority, but it's chill.
Nice.
Super chill, right? So cool. Yeah. Shell, I don't even remember. You left off reading with verse 21. I'm quite sure.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I remember that. So the lions, I
Yep.
think. So the lions are looking for their food. So we pick up with verse 22. Tizrak hashemesh ye asefun ve'el me'unatam yer batsun. So the sun the sun rises, and this is still speaking of the lions here. This is a plural verb. They will be gathered together and into their are they burrows? They're not really burrows, are they? They're lairs.
Yeah, like their dens.
They're dens. Yeah.
Their congresses. Just kidding.
These are very ecclesiastical lions here. They will lie down or they will settle. So all right. So first we've got Tizrak is a cow, imperfect. Third feminine singular. No. Yes, it is. Sorry. From Zarach. And the subject is Shemesh. Ye'asefun is a cow, imperfect. Third common plural, third masculine plural, from Asaph. And this is one of these verbs where, and it's got the pedagogic noon on it here too. So
I think you were.
Sorry, no, it's a nifal. Yeah, that's
I was going to say. I think you were excited about trying to explain the pedagogic.
That's right.
Yeah.
So so this is the passive form. Remember, they will be gathered. They're not gathering. They're not performing the action here, and that's why we see the comets in the first letter of the root there, and the sere in the verbal prefix, and then Yerbatsun is also just a regular cow, imperfect. Third plural from Rebats, meaning to settle. Again, with all the pedagogic noons everywhere here. Yeah. You want to?
Do you mind if I just walk them through how that?
Yeah.
Because you said it, but just so they can see how the transformation takes place.
Let's look at that. With the fancy whiteboard.
I know, right?
Show us how this is done, Josh.
I gotta make it look like I'm doing something here. So, well, here, let's start off like this. So, ka, tail would be our first common singular. And we're it's a third plural, but yeah. So yikatel, this is the form of the nifal, right? So what's
Mm-hmm.
happening is you have this nun, and when you add, instead of it being yin katel, that nun assimilates. And so you get a doubled radical here. That's the assimilated nun, and you get yikatel. So this is the pattern. And then, of course, if we added the u ending for the plural, we would get yikatelun, yikatelu, and then, of course, here in our example, the un. But so this is the pattern that we expect, but this isn't what we get because the root is asaf. So if you tried to do
You get your
the dagish,
it doesn't like
it won't stay in there. So now you have syllabification here. So now you have this short vowel and an open unaccented syllable, which it doesn't like. So it lengthens. You get compensatory lengthening. So ye, say, foon, which is ye, say,
foon.
So that's how it gets to that form.
So Domingo Avila's asked a good question here about Shemesh, which possibly might have been masculine last time. We'd have to go look. Shemesh is marked as both. This occasionally happens with some words.
Yeah. Of course, the way that lexicographers do this is they look at comparative Semitic data and see how other, like how is Shamshi or Shamshu, how does it show up in other languages, and how does it show up here in the Hebrew Bible? But it's all like the way that we determine whether something is masculine or feminine is like, other forms around it. I suspect if we looked at 19b. No.
Yes.
No. My suspecting would be wrong. But if we
You're
look
right,
at
70% of the time.
Yeah, is it that high? I would imagine that if we look at hollowed, it would say that this is a common noun, that sometimes it shows up as a masculine, sometimes it shows up as a feminine.
I can look actually as we speak here. So maybe I will. And the entry is very large.
I can imagine.
Yes. So yeah, there's a lot to read here. Okay. Here it says, it does say the substantive is attested as masculine and feminine. As a feminine, it occurs 17 times, while the occurrences of the masculine are less certain. According to what's that one? That is the Kaler Baumgarten lexicon. It occurs 23 times. So there's that with, but then on this C, Jenny Westerman Handwörterbuch, with the vacillation between masculine and feminine, Hebrew holds a position between Ugaritic and Arabic, where it is feminine, and Akkadian, where it is masculine. So it's I don't know. Maybe this is one of these instances where we can point to a feature of language and say that this is pretty good evidence of cognate influence, and the fact that that there's this difference between the Akkadian and between the Ugaritic, that they're applying equal force on the speakers, the older speakers of Hebrew. So, but I don't know.
Or we could preach a sermon that says wherever it shows up as feminine, this is speaking about a sun goddess.
Yes, that's a different kind of sermon than I was expecting. But yes, we totally could do that. So, all right.
23. Yetse Adam lefo'olo ve la avodato ade arev. Mankind goes out, and I translate these as like, I can never remember the word, but like customary action. It's almost like proverbial.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. Yeah, like you would read a proverb. So here it's like, this is the routine. So humanity goes out to his work, to its work. Could be a man. The man goes out to his work. And to his other word for work until evening. So this is like a lengthy or a longer form of ad, so ade. And then, of course, because this is in pause with the sof pasuk, you get arev instead of erev. So yetse, this is a cal imperfect or masculine singular from yatsa. Yeah, that's it. So this, because you have this comets tooth, this composite Shabbat with comets tooth, that we know that the comets looking thing before it has to also be a comet tooth, because it's whenever you see these two in a row, they're always all. So le fa'olo. Yeah. So this is when the sun comes out, all the lions go back, and man goes out to his work. This is also Kohelity.
It is kind of, right? Yeah. Nice.
Well, it was something.
All right. You know what? Because this is spaced weird. I'm gonna need.
Oh yeah, of course.
Look at that. The verse ends in the line above. That's convenient. Okay.
That's badass.
They were.
That's gangsta.
They were really hard pressed to get everything on this page in this printing of VHS. All right. Ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai kulam bechokma asita mal'a. See, I almost skipped down. Mal'a ha'aretz kinyanecha. So make sure you guys follow that we're reading the line with 24 and then skipping up above it to the end of verse 23. All right. How great are your deeds, Yahweh? All of them in wisdom you have made. The earth is full of your I think property, I guess it could be creation, but that's, I don't know, it looks weird to me.
I mean, I think you're right on property. I think it comes from kana to buy.
Yeah. So actually, and it doesn't. Yeah, I see. I wondered, just because kana sometimes means create, right? I'm like, is there? But it actually doesn't. It's in the dictionary. It
appeal to authority. Dictionary.
Listen, that's
what's your moral grounding for that dictionary? How do you instantiate its necessary preconditions?
I don't have to, because Accordance did it for me. So. All right, Ravu. So this is a Cal perfect, third common plural. from Ravav. And what's next? It's Asita is a Cal perfect. Second masculine singular from Asa. Mal'a is a Cal perfect feminine. Third singular. And the subject of this verb is ha'aretz. So I think that's
Nice.
that's all of them. All nice cows in there.
Yeah. All right. 25.
Oh, look, see, it ended your verse underneath it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Have to get down with the get down.
You're such a nerd.
Yeah, I really am. That's what it boils down to. Ze hayam gadol urchav yadayim sham remesh, remes ve'en mispar chayot ktanot im gdolot. Okay, so this one I had to sit with for a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
So I'll walk everybody through where my brain went. Normally, this kind of a construction where you have ze with a noun with a ha that's definite like this, you would say like this is the sea, which I think is what we've got here, right? But then you when you have these two next to each other, you have a definite noun and then an indefinite adjective. This is also a predicate construction. So you would translate this, the sea is great, right? So I'm like, this is the sea is great. So what to do with this? The way that I understood this is I don't know, I didn't look at this. I wonder if this is deleted, because that would help me. Yeah. Okay. So
scrolls.
Yeah, if this were gone, it would just be the sea is great and wide of hands, like wide of sides, whatever. But if we have the ze, we've got to do something with it. So I don't know. This is the sea. And then, I don't know, somehow appositionally, like a great one and a wide one. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I'd have to spend a little time with some of these constructions, I guess, to come to a better conclusion. But anyway, so this is the sea, great and wide of hands. Wide.
How many hands, Josh?
Huh?
How many hands?
Wide of two hands.
Yeah.
But
because why? Sorry.
Because
no. Sorry. This was from our lesson on Tuesday.
Oh,
so it's a dual now.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Your
question was
I was being too cagey. There you go, Chuck.
Understood. Nice.
You got it. Dual
That's
endings.
awesome.
Nouns lesson.
So there, the creeping things, probably like a collective plural. There are creeping things, like in that place are creeping things. how to take this and is a little tricky, but like there are creeping things and like they are without number. Or let me think about that for a second. In case it's unclear, Kipp texted me the StreamYard link today and I went, is that today? Sorry.
Yeah, it kind of snuck up on us today.
So it's either there are creeping things. That's probably better. And without number, small animals with large, along with large. How'd you translate it?
Yeah, it's pretty close. The one thing I did notice with this construction at the beginning, Zehayam, there, because I looked at one point when I was trying to sort out what to do with it, right? I did look at some other translations, and a couple of them translate this as the sea out there. Yeah, and I'm not entirely sure why, but but I have a suspicion that it has to do with maybe a colloquial feature of the use of the demonstrative in certain instances.
Oh yeah.
And I wonder too, because we also encounter it in the very next verse. It potentially works there too, right? So, but yeah, no, otherwise all pretty close to the way you translated it. I was just wondering, in my head, I'm wondering and thinking through what creeping things are there in the. I guess there's things creeping around in the sea.
Oh yeah, like the swarming.
Sure, little, yeah, and crabs. I guess they crab and creep around and like
Because I think
urchins.
if we go back to Genesis 1, I think you'll
They
see
come out
this
of the
both on
sea
the
too.
land.
Yeah.
In the sea.
Yeah, that's true. I think you're right. That's cool. Verbs, did we do?
I don't like verbs very much.
I know,
So
but
actually,
I don't think you have
there
any.
are any.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
Which is why I chose this one. So I'm not very good at Hebrew. So
you just settled. Is that it? The sentences without the verbs are easier for some.
That's how I gauged it.
Crabs, shrimp, moray eels. Really? I guess I don't know. Yeah. Cool. All right. And here it's kind of reversing the stikos here too in verse 26. You see this? Sham aniyot yahalehun Leviathan yatsarta lesachek bo. So their ships are going. They're walking. Leviathan, this one you have formed, and in keeping with how some of the English translations are treating this demonstrative here, it's Leviathan, out there. You have formed. And you formed him to play with him, basically, for amusement. So
this is the earliest attestation of the Kraken.
That's
what you're telling me.
Yes, that's exactly what's going on here. So just checking. So I think that's it's so no, I was just double checking on Halot for Sachak. In the PL is to be merry, to provide amusement for. It says here Leviathan performing his tricks in the sea.
Yeah, lesachek. If you read, do I have it over here? No, of course not. If you read any Sesame Street in Hebrew, you'll quickly learn lesachek, to play.
I'm noticing here
Analyze.
too that there's an entry after this, and also in the PL to struggle or to fight, that occurs in 2 Samuel 2:14. Where's that? Abner said to Joab, let's get up. Let's get up. And oh yeah, so their young soldier hoplites are getting up to fight in front of Joab and Abner. So
it's interesting because
it's more like a competition, I think, right? It feels like that in that sense.
One of the terms that is used to describe Inanna's and Ishtar's battling is their words like playing with a skipping rope. It's always really interesting when we read it.
It's like the hopscotch battle. Is that not hopscotch? What is it?
But it's a jump rope of death
with the yeah. Wow.
While they're eating honey bunches of doom.
I gotta say, mythology, it's something else. It's not the way I would do it.
Just gotta keep it gangster, dog. Keep it gangster.
Okay. A couple of verbs here. Yehalechun is a PL imperfect. Third plural from halak. And then Yitzarta is a Cal perfect second masculine singular from Yatsar, which is interestingly, I find this interesting that this is the verb that's used in Genesis 2 of making the man and the animals out of the dirt in the ground. It's intriguing. And then Lesachek is also a PL, infinitive construct with the prefixed preposition lamed.
Nice.
There we go.
All right. 27. We're moving tonight.
We are.
The one night that
done.
That
you didn't prepare.
Yeah, like let's slow it down, man. Let's so 20. No, okay. Kulam elecha yasaberun latet achram beito. So all of them are something. Let's see, to give to them or to give their food in its time. What does this mean? All of them are something to you. Is it like to
waiting,
request,
I think,
something,
right? Or hoping they're something like that. Let me just look that up. I think it's like waiting.
Okay.
Or hoping. This is in the PL to hope, to wait.
Okay.
So
how many times does that occur?
Expectant. Not very often.
Yeah.
Is that all of them? Yeah, it is. So in the PL, so it's let's see, two times the Nehemiah and the cow. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in the PL.
Okay.
So you're good, man. I mean, if you're struggling with a word that occurs 10 times in the entire Hebrew Bible, that's fine.
Keeping
Let
it.
that slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So all of them are waiting, I imagine, like for you, or like expectant toward you. Like they're in a position of, given this, particularly the second part of the line here, like we're waiting to be fed, essentially. So waiting for you to give their food in its time and its season, maybe, but yeah, I mean, in its appropriate time. So yeah, Cal, I mean, PL imperfect, third masculine plural from Samech. God, Sin Beit Resh with the pedagogic noon, and then Latate is a infinitive construct from Natan. And that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
All right. I wonder if someone's here. Just a sec.
Sure.
Oh, well, that was no good. Sorry, my dogs are going ape shit, and they usually do that when someone is at the door. So, all right. Where are we? We're 28. Okay.
Sounds right.
Can you guys hear the dog?
I mean,
Stardust Lilith asked, "Is that Dagon?" Actually, no. He's just sitting here quiet, probably because he raced like a maniac on the trail today. So he's settled. All right. Titain lahem yolkotun tiftach yadacha yishbun tov. Okay. Sorry, I caught myself because I felt like I raced through that without checking to see if the doggish was there in the bet. All right. You give to them. They will gather. You open your hand, and they are well fed. I think that's how I translated it earlier with Yishba'un. Okay. And so Titain is a cow imperfect, second masculine singular from Natan. So this is a one noon verb. The noon disappears into the second letter of the root. That's why the doggish is there. So yeah. And then Yokotu is a cow, third masculine plural from Lakat with a pedagogic noon on it. I think it's a very straightforward form there too. Actually has the holum vowel in that it's funny when you see those. It's like, oh yes, an actual strong form of the verb, which seem like they occur more rarely than you think they should. And then tiftach is, I think that's also a cow, even though it looks, that's a cow. Imperfect, second masculine singular from patach, which means to open. And Yishba'un is also I think that is also a cow. Yeah, that's also a cow. Imperfect. Third masculine plural from Sava. Sorry, I did pronounce that.
So like everybody can see why these might stand out as a little weird. You have this here, here, and you hear PL, because in the perfect you get that heric up front, and then the doubled middle radical.
Yep.
It's, these aren't doubled; they're just, those are big kafat letters. But if it looks like, just a little trick for everybody, if it looks like it could be a PL and you want to check, if it's in the imperfect like this, go back to the prefix and look for a vocal shava. If there's not a vocal shava underneath of it, it's not a PL. Because you're always going to have, like, this would be yefatech or yefatach.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you can see why that would be, take a second, like, because PL,
and I think
what you expect.
The patak in the first one, I think that has to do with the guttural, doesn't it?
Yep, it does.
Yeah, that's right. All right,
everybody, get ready to watch me struggle.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here that is not common.
All right, just be forgiving, everybody. This is my first pass at this. So tastir, but this will be good. You get to watch me struggle. Tastir panecha yebahelun. Oh, yebahelun, sorry. Accented there. It's there. Tosef rucham yigvaun ve'el afaram yeshuvun. All right. So your face you hide, and keeping with the syntax here, like, you give to them, they gather. So in response, so you hide your face from them ostensibly, they hurry. I'm guessing. Or they, no, they are hurried. What is it? What does Bahal mean in the Nifal?
I'm gonna look that up.
They are.
What verse is
distressed?
29?
Maybe. Yeah, 29.
Yeah. Horrified.
Yeah.
Out of one's senses.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, but it's,
like,
it has to do with making haste, though, right? Like with hurrying.
Yeah.
So Matt is happy to be here to see you struggle.
So you like add you increase their spirit, and they gava. That was gava mean. I don't know what gava means, but they something in the cow.
It means to pass away.
Oh.
Or to perish.
So you increase their spirit, and they perish.
What's going on with that one?
Oh. No.
Yeah. You gather. It's Asaf, right?
Oh, it's from Asaf,
So
and the Aleph is gone.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's odd. But so you're taking away.
Yeah.
Their breath.
Yeah. And they pass away, and to their dust they return.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted this to be from Yasaf.
Yeah.
But because I want that, that Olam. But you'd also get that Be like Osif, Tosif, Tosifi.
It's just a very strange form here, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm looking at I'm looking at the entry in Halot, and it's
Yeah.
Yasvehu, Ne'asof, Vayasfa, Yasfeni, Yasfecha, Osifcha. So I mean, it's just in the imperfect forms. It's just this mongrel in Psalm 104, 29, and they actually suggest that the Aleph. It looks like they're suggesting that the Aleph is mistakenly disappeared, been missed. Somebody thought it was Yasaf.
Somebody.
All
right. So here we have a Hifil imperfect, second masculine singular from Satar. Here you have a Nifal imperfect, third masculine plural from Bahal. So we're understanding this.
That's Cal.
As a hit. It is Cal.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. That
I know, right?
Because I'd want it to be like soft, Tosafi.
Yeah. But it's not because it's not a first yod vav.
But I'm thinking like Omar, Tomar, Tomari, Yomar.
Oh,
Yomar.
yeah.
That's interesting. That Sarah is
throwing. That's probably
looks hiffily, but
it does.
And then another Cal imperfect, third masculine plural from Gava, and then here this looks like because they let me walk everybody through this one. So you would think, because you've got this, I just said, look, if you've got a prefix with a shava, vocal shava, that's going to be a PL, but
not always.
Not always. Ashuv is your count perfect one. CS. So Ashuv, Tashuv, Tashuvi, Yashuv, Tashuv, Nashuv. So Tashuvu, or Nashuv, Tashuvu, Tashovena, Yashuvu, Tashovena. But when you have this un ending, the accent apparently is down here. Yeah. And so you go to an open probotonic syllable. Do you have a comment or Sarah? Yes, it reduces. So you get Yeshuvun. Yeshuvun. So just a cow imperfect. Third masculine plural with the pedagogic noon. From Shuv.
So many pedagogic nudes.
Okay. I guess I feel okay about my performance there.
I thought it was very good.
It was something.
Way to go. Tishalach ruchaka yibare un utchadesh b'nei adama.
Nice.
So you send your spirit. You're taking away their spirit or their life, breath, probably breath, something closer to breath. It's not, even though it's not breath, but it's, yeah. Anyways, you send your spirit,
your Holy Spirit.
Yeah,
way to say it. You send your second person of the Trinity.
Yeah.
Or third person.
Third person, I'm pretty sure. That's blasphemy, Josh, isn't it?
Certainly very imperfect to get the Trinity right.
This is the place, right? If you want to make sure you get the Trinity right, this is the place to come. Okay. So you send your spirit, they will be created
Yeah.
And then you make new, you renew, you restore the face of the ground or the land. So yeah.
So this is just walking right on through the primeval history, right?
It totally is, right? Yeah. Look at all that. Okay. So Tishalach is a sorry, that's a PL, imperfect. Yeah, you said, yeah, second masculine singular from Shalach. Yevare un is a nifal, imperfect, third masculine plural from bara. So that's the word to create. Utchadesh.
It's create ex nihilo, if you please. Thank you.
Okay. I'm pretty sure this one too. So this Utchadesh is, I believe that's a cow, imperfect. But I could be wrong about that.
It looks like a PL.
It does look like a PL. It is a PL.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is a PL, imperfect. Second masculine singular from Chadash.
Yeah.
Which means to renew, I guess. I guessed at the meaning of this.
Yeah. So this is another one of these. I love my new.
Is there something new here?
Well, no, I mean, I've used it for the past couple of weeks. So now we have Chadash, which, Chadash is like to be new. It's adjective new, but as a verb in the cow, like it's to be new, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you have, like Tom in the box, in our room, he's the only participant. He's the only thing in the room. Tom can only be Chadash. He can't Chadash something else because there's nothing in there for him to Chadash. But if you add another person or another thing, let's make it a thing. There's a table. Look at my table. So he's going to...
That's really good. That's a very good table.
He's gonna chadash the table in the PL. So when you make a cow verb that is stative like this, to be new, you make it a factative, I think is what it is. But you increase the valency by 1. You add a participant, so you add something that one subject, one agent can do to an object. So he is chadashing this table. He's making it new. He's newing it. So to renew it. So he's just increasing the valency by 1. Come on, somebody. Y'all don't want to hear me preach up in here.
That's good, man. All right.
Wait till you have to go through that part of the book. When we talk about the PL.
Is that that's in volume 2 as well? I haven't looked at that yet. I'm pretty sure that's in volume 2. Did you include an illustration? You're with the table? And
not yet, but see, when your class goes through it, they're gonna be like, we need the table with Tom.
Yeah.
It's the only way this is gonna make sense.
I will just have to draw that for them. So I'm providing illustrations for my book, by the way.
Oh, nice.
No. So they look like that.
Oh gosh. Is this the last verse?
This is it.
Oh,
we're
my
there.
gosh.
Woo!
All right, here we go. Let's see if I can bring it home.
Oh, wait, is it? Let me double check. Oh, no, it's not. Damn it.
Oh, there's a
It's
few
still
more.
maybe
It's just the way that
maybe-
it
I know,
read.
right? Yes, absolutely, right? It just kind of looks like it's ready to be done.
Yeah.
So
Well, this is probably as far as we'll be able to get. But so
yeah,
Yehi chavod Yahweh le'olam. Yismach Yahweh b'ma'asav. So let the glory of Yahweh be to forever. Whatever.
I was yeah.
Good.
No, I was just going to see every time, because it doesn't happen that often, but there are times when lit olam is appropriately translated as
Yeah.
like forever, eternity. But it's still every time there's still something in me that goes, no,
Yeah.
I don't want to. Right,
To perpetuity.
perpetuity for the duration of his life.
All right. Let's see. Let Yahweh be happy with his deeds, his things that he's
That's good.
made.
Yeah.
I wonder what 31 is there. 31. Oh, they're proposing a copula be added to the front. So and I wonder if they're saying Vayehi. That doesn't make any sense. So Yehi, this is a nice Caljussive form. If this were not the Jussive, it would be Yehye.
Yeah.
But the Jussive is the form of the Vav consecutive imperfect. And then you take off the Vav pathak doubling dot and you get your form. So some of these roots will have distinct Jussive forms. So middle weeks, Yavin will go to Yivin. Yivin. And here, Vayehi, Yehi. So that's let the glory of Yahweh. This is kavod in its lexical form of the comments here, but because it's in the construct with Yahweh as the absolute noun, you get a vowel reduction here with this long vowel. So kavod Yahweh. So the glory of Yahweh. May the glory of Yahweh be. Let it continue. Let it exist. Whatever. Forever. And then that informs me of, the jussive meaning, because this, there's no special form of the jussive in a lot of verbs. This is probably, this is one. So let Yahweh be happy or rejoice in his, and that av ending is for your plural nouns. So ma'asav, his works, his asad things. So there you go. So another Caljussive, third masculine singular from Samach.
Yeah.
And there you go.
It's good.
Not bad.
Oh, cool. So we didn't finish. How much do we have left? Is it like
4 verses?
4 verses? So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, look how it ends. I love it.
Hallelujah.
That
song is about sex, Sorry.
I always get a kick out of the variety of ways that words like Hosanna and Hallelujah are understood and used in modern
Parlance.
culture.
Yes.
What is that guy's name? That Kirk Franklin, right?
I don't know.
It makes me wanna stomp. Put your hands together. But Hosanna, what's his name? Hosanna. It's like, yeah, is it?
Is it actually?
But in that context, in his cultural, like in that particular sphere, that's the meaning that it takes on. So
that's what happens. It's language, right?
I had a linguist friend of mine say to me, the grammar that you speak is correct for you. And that is a really deep yet very simple way of understanding grammar. The grammar that you speak is absolutely correct for you.
That is
There you go.
tonight's lesson.
That is tonight's lesson. That is correct.
Your grammar is correct for you. All right, let's take that down. So, I don't know. For next time, maybe because I guess we'll play it by ear, but maybe we'll start thinking about something else to read.
Yeah,
through
read some
to start.
Akkadian or something. You know,
Now let's do that. Let's
read some laws of Hammurabi.
Sorry, I saw one back here. Kent, the bacteria kind Halstead. We could read some Coptic, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can't.
I also can't, but we could try.
It's too far south and too late.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but we could try, right?
But Akkadian starts August 20th. So
isn't
people are
Coptic
down for Akkadian.
the one? It's either Coptic there or there's another one of these late languages that is basically like a Northwest Semitic language like Hebrew or Aramaic, but with Greek letters. I don't know. Demotic, is that the one that I'm thinking of? Or are you making a suggestion? And Chrissy's wanting to do Elamite lessons.
All right. I mean, just gotta go learn it, you know. That's all.
So
why don't we? Why don't we? Let's do some Eblite. What do you think?
Eblite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know that one? I don't know that one.
It's very close to Sumerian.
Oh, okay.
So when you read it, you feel like you're, oh my gosh, I almost know this, but then you don't.
And then you
really. So
okay. It's like when Hebraists encounter Aramaic. Oh, this looks so familiar, but wait a minute, what just happened?
Yeah, stupid word.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah,
Kipp, August 20th. You're gonna be in that class, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So Kipp's getting down with some Akkadian.
Josh is teaching Akkadian.
Come on out.
And I'm going to actually learn some Akkadian.
And we promise that Kipp will restrain from learning it too quickly to not make everybody, feel like, they're not making progress.
I will sit in the back of the room
with your shoulders
quietly,
slightly slumped. Yeah.
Show my note. Take my notes. That's it.
Awesome.
So, and Chuck wants to read Enoch and get A's.
Oh my gosh.
We could get Matt on here. That's one you probably don't. I also don't know get E's, but Monger does. So go.
Does he really?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh wow.
So I'll have to ask him, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, he had to do lots of work with Enoch. So
yeah, yes, that'll do it.
Yeah. Anyways, what's going on? It's Thursday, so
Saturday
happening. Saturday. Oh, that's right. We're doing a thing on Saturday, right? What are we doing?
We are going on to my friend Alan Bondar's channel, The Unraveler. If anybody hasn't seen that video, he and I did a live stream a couple weeks ago, I think, where I grew up. I went through like middle school and high school at Perry Hall Baptist Church and in Maryland, and Alan was like a fixture at that church. So we had lots of stories that we reminisced about in the stream about being on the power team, doing karate.
He was on the power team with you. Nice.
Well, no, I mean, yeah. You gotta have special guns. I was a solid 140 pounds at 6'2", so
wow.
No, it was really funny. Ripping phone books, popping soda cans, breaking bricks. We talk about it all. So it's a cool stream. But anyway, we're going on his stream on Saturday to talk about slavery in the Hebrew Bible and to answer.
Stop talking about it.
I know. Well, apologists keep coming with their bullshit.
Keep saying stupid shit. It's true. It's just the way this works, right? If people would stop saying stupid shit, we could shut the fuck up about it and do something else, right? So that's Saturday, and that is at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, on what's the name of this? The Unraveler?
The Unraveler.
The Unraveler?
Raveler.
The
To unravel.
Okay.
Unravel something.
All I think of when I think of the Unraveler is, there's a, do you know, you watched DuckTales, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Or your kids? Yeah. So Flintheart Glomgold, you remember Flintheart Glomgold, who was Uncle Scrooge's nemesis? He's the second richest duck from South Africa. He's in DuckTales. So
okay.
But anyways, he, in the comic books, they have a contest of wealth to see who is the richest duck in the world, and it comes down to how much string they have, because they're super thrifty, frugal guys, right? So it comes down to how much string they've each managed to save in their lives, and they each have like these gigantic balls of string that they end up unrolling out over the South African savanna plains. I don't know what you call it down there.
Over hill.
Yeah.
Over dale.
So, but that's all I can think of now when I think of the Unraveler is Uncle Scrooge and his giant ball of string. So, but yeah. So
looks like we have a possible Hebrew question. Maybe I'm seeing that correctly.
Which one? What's the name on it?
Jackanator.
Is it that one? Would it be rude to ask about another creator's recent video on a particular Hebrew word? Alas, I have hit my limitation by checking concordance. Yeah, hit us up. We got a minute or two. While you're typing that, I will note that in addition to Saturday evening, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, on Scrooge McDuck's channel, The Unraveler. In addition to that, I will be with Vishanti back on Dapper Dinosaur's channel on Saturday morning, looking at some more Billy Carson. We're doing Billy Carson stuff, Josh, at the Dapper Dinosaur.
Okay.
So yeah, we're doing that. And then
this is what I like about, like, I feel like we're very even-handed. You know what I mean?
We're not heavy-handed.
No, we're even-handed. Like, we don't, if I hear an atheist or a skeptic saying, look, here's Exodus 21, 20 to 21, giving, the law is intended to help the master by giving him a handbook on how he can beat his slave within an inch of his life and get away with it. It's like, no, that's not, and we'll call that out. So yeah.
Maya has strong feelings about Billy Carson.
It's multiple for the context.
Oh, here we go. I didn't see it. All right. It is multiple for the context of the single word to'eva, as it is used to delineate ritual abomination and generic moral abomination. So there's making a distinction between ritual ritual abomination and moral abomination. This feels like a ceremonial law versus moral law kind of.
This is something I wouldn't feel comfortable talking about until I've done some.
I have to actually look at some texts and just see. I have a tendency to. I'll just say this.
Sorry, Chuck's comment.
Yeah.
Well played, sir.
Very good. Okay. Getting into the weeds, I guess McClellan comments on there being. I guess this is just a clear. We're telling on ourselves here, Josh, for not watching Dan's content.
Dan has a lot of content, to be fair.
Certainly does. Dan said it could not be used to show this delineation as the contextual points do not support such. And fair enough, I would not want to press you if you were uncomfortable.
Oh, I definitely don't. Yeah, I definitely don't. I'll look into it. In fact,
Chrissy
I may have
says, just look
something.
at Strong's Concordance, Josh. I mean, come on. So,
He's right. He's
but
right.
I will say that my instinct oftentimes is that these dichotomies that people want to apply to the text are oftentimes not there. They're ways of coping with problematic ideas and features in order to try and harmonize something or to cover over for something that is unpleasant. So but that's not I mean haven't looked into it, don't really know. We'd have to take a look. But listen, if you come back in 2 weeks, maybe if one of us somehow decides that we're looking into it with all the copious amounts of time we have, then yeah, maybe we'll have something. All right. I think that's it, isn't it?
Awesome. Yeah.
So we're done. Okay. See ya, everyone. I gotta find the outro here. Where